Right guys, welcome down to the start of the 2017-18 Battle Board. So I was going to wait until after the Open at Birkdale to start on the new Quest for the Open stuff, but then I thought, you know what, there's absolutely no time like the present. If the last year has taught me anything, is that you cannot play, you cannot practice enough. You've got to get yourself ready early. So I'm giving myself the full year and a little bit until the Open actually cracks on again next year at Carnoustie. And I started yesterday by going over to Stockport. One area of my game, and I'm really guessing one area of your games, which really needs to be improved, is short pitching. So if you watch the best players in the world, the guys who are consistently up there, and even the tour pros who don't strike it quite as well but still get themselves into contention, you will see that their pitching and their distance control is absolutely unreal. You get a tour pro within 100 yards of the green and they are absolutely deadly accurate. But that is one part of my game, and I'm, like I said, guessing one part of your game as well, that is really, really lacking. You know, when I get within 100 yards of the green, I want to be backing myself to get up and down every time. I know that's not going to be possible because it's golf, you know, it's not that easy unfortunately, but I want to be backing myself to get up and down more times than I don't. And yet I am not introducing that into my practice. The scramble tests, what they've shown is that around the green from my chipping and my putting has definitely improved by using that type of technique, that on-course practice. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce a new pitching test. Now the pitching test is very simple and it can be incorporated into a round of golf as long as it's not too busy on the course where you're playing or where I'm playing. And this new test is super simple. So when I get around the green, I'm just going to stop myself at a certain yardage, going to drop the ball and then try and get up and down. Now yesterday's pitching test was 50 yards. So every time I got within 50 yards of the green, I dropped the ball down. Obviously I filmed it all, which I'll be showing in a moment, and I tried to get up and down. Now my target is to be 5 under through 9 holes. So I'm treating every pitch as basically a little par 3. And the first on the list is 50 yards. So when I get past 50 yards and I manage to get 5 under through 9 holes, then I'll drop it back to 60, then I'll drop it back to 70 to 80, and so on and so forth. I wasn't using any particular type of club for this shot. All I was doing is I was getting myself at that distance directly back from the hole, so it didn't matter what lie it was in. It might have been rough, it may have been fairway, whatever it may be. I was just dropping the ball down and trying to play the best shot that I could to try and get up and down. Now 5 under through 9 holes represents what I think would be a very good pitching game, because obviously there's 4 holes there where you'd be expecting to get, you know, have a shot and then take 2 putts. But in reality, you know, course conditions, green conditions, whatever it may be, I think 5 under through 9 holes is a very good standard. But what standard am I currently at from that distance? So this is where we're going to go back to yesterday, actually on the course, and see how I got on. So let's get over to Stockport now. for that 9 holes, not a great outcome. But that wasn't unexpected. I've known that this has been a weakness in my game for quite some time. But as I've already mentioned within the scramble test, what you can tend to do is go to a driving range. And let's say I went to a driving range and I practiced that 50-yard distance and I hit 100 balls just trying to get a 50-yard distance. Would I improve my distance control? Probably yes. But what I found is that by practicing on the course, by giving myself different lies, different conditions, different pin positions and all the rest of it, I improve much quicker. Now this is a personal thing for me, but I also think this is something that a lot of people could benefit from. So what I'm going to be working on and some of the tests that I'm going to be doing is trying to drive down that standard until I manage to drive up that standard until I manage to get 5 under through 9 holes from that 50-yard distance. And I may do separate videos on this like this, or I may be incorporating into the Quest for the Open videos, which I do each week. I'm not sure of the format yet, but this is going to be another one of the main planks that I'm having on the battle board. Stuff that I'm also working on within my pitching, I'm working on trying to get my angle of attack a little bit shallower through the ball. And that's what I'm doing with a lot of my short game shots, just trying to use and utilise the bounce just that little bit more. Rick's just give me a missed call. I'll be back in one moment. We're trying to organise somewhere to play today, so I should probably figure that out. And make my swing a little bit more rounded as well. So not quite as up and down, not so steep, and just using the bounce a bit more. Early success has been okay, but it is requiring a change in technique, and that's going to take a little bit of time. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting. Hopefully you found it interesting on the battle board, the stuff that I'm doing, and things that you can incorporate within your own game and practice. The benefit of what I'm doing by filming it is I can actually record what I'm doing. So what you need to do, guys, if you are incorporating these practice tests into your game, is make sure you have a little practice diary, make sure you note down your results, and then you can try and drive that forward and get better every time you play. Right guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my other social media platforms as well, which are all linked in the description below. And I'll see you next time.